So how do breaches happen? I have a link here to a pretty good study here about breaches from 2005 to 2009. And, it's got some statistics. Those are based on folks that reported breaches, so it's probably worse than what's reported. And, there are certain types of breaches that are probably underreported more than others. Like, for example, the study says that stolen laptops accounted for nearly half of breach incidents, whereas hacking was about 16%. But hacking probably isn't as widely reported as getting your laptop stolen, because people are embarrassed that they got hacked, whereas if someone steals your laptop, you feel someone's got my property and you can report that. The largest volume of data, however, as you can see, was lost to hacking. And while insiders were involved in quite a number of these incidents, more often than not, it's accidental, their involvement. They didn't mean to give out access information or personally identifiable information. It happened through honest mistake, or sometimes through what's known as social engineering. And what social engineering is basically someone trying to trick you into giving you, they're trying to trick you into giving them your password, or even specific personal identifiable information, or something that's going to help them gain access to your systems. One specific type of social engineering is pretty dominant. You may have heard it's called phishing with a PH. Which is basically getting an email requesting help, and I'll talk about more of that later. Another dominant type of means to gain access is through documents. If you have documents with passwords or even PII on them, paper documents, you need to shred them. You can't just throw them in the garbage. People pick them out and use that information to steal identities. And that goes for digital information as well. You need to be sure you destroy any PII that you have digitally that you no longer need. So this graph from that study shows breach by vector. Vector just means the method that the information was gained, whether it's through hacking or a stolen laptop or whatnot. So you can see from 2005 all the way through 2008, stolen or lost laptops really dominated everything else, followed by hacking. But as you can see here, top increasing incident vectors, documents, like I said, discarded paper or discarded digital storage, really have gained and are probably at this time more prevalent than hacking and stolen laptops. And fraud SE here refers to social engineering, as I just discussed.
If you have a breach of personally identifiable information, I'm not sure if you went into this, Jim. Correct me if you didn't.
I think I glossed over it, but it's in here somewhere.
But the disclosure requirements now are pretty explicit. So if somebody hacks you and gets
yeah, there it is.
And gets if you get hacked and your client social security number, account number, credit card number, those kinds of things, personal PII, if that gets hacked, that gets exposed, then there are rules, federal rules now, on the disclosures that you must make. And my guess is that there are still breaches going on all the time that are not where the disclosures are not made, but it's going to get. I think the penalties are going to get tougher and tougher, and the liability associated with doing something like that is going to get tougher.
Yeah, there's explicit
good
law.
Practice. I mean, it's just good practice to, God forbid you do get hacked. You gotta tell people.
Yeah, there's explicit laws in California, and there's even a federal law. It's federal law is the Graham-Leach-Bliley Act. And as Andy said, if you have a breach, you're required to report it, and the reporting requirements are pretty onerous. So you're much better off, preventing in the first place. It's going to be much less of a headache for you, and it's going to be it's just a better approach.